Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? I know Cyndi was, and if you're a woman, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our environment right now, found in our food, water, and even in our skincare products. These disruptors can wreak havoc on our hormones. Believe me, before Hormone Harmony, I watched Cyndi suffer. Not anymore. Hormone Harmony's formula, made only with herbal ingredients, have reduced Cyndi's hormonal symptoms, and it helps women of all ages. Then there are the natural hormonal changes our bodies face, such as menopause. While these processes are part of life, they don't have to be uncomfortable. The good news is that you don't have to suffer through it any longer. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts known as adaptogens, designed to help the body cope with stressors, including those chaotic hormonal fluctuations that can disrupt your daily life. Whether it's PMS symptoms like irritability and cravings, or menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, Hormone Harmony can help with it all. Happy Mammoth, the creator of Hormone Harmony, is dedicated to improving women's lives by using only high-quality science-backed ingredients. They make no compromises on quality, ensuring that you receive the best support possible. This isn't just a supplement, it has become a phenomenon. Women are talking about it everywhere, with a bottle of Hormone Harmony sold every 24 seconds. And the most important benefit, women express feeling like themselves again. A sentiment echoed in over 30,000 positive reviews. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com. Don't forget to use the code RLRC for 15% off today.
Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business and sell more with less effort thanks to the Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/redcircle, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/redcircle now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/redcircle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Thursday, February 13th, 2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And I hope you're all out there rushing to the store to buy cards and candies and flowers and all that shit for tomorrow.
I know you are. Actually, I know you already did yours a long time ago.
I do mine. Every day when you wake up, every day when you wake up, there's a dozen roses beside your bed, whatever color you want.
In my imagination.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I put that there.
My imagination would have put it there.
So I don't have to go do it on man-made holiday.
I really don't want you to.
Yeah.
I'd rather take that day and ignore it and then do another insignificant day and just have a random fun day together.
Yeah,
that's the way we've always rolled.
Yep. But anyway, if you aren't like us doing it,
if you do,
good luck.
You do you.
Happy Valentine's Day. The restaurateur is going to love you all tomorrow, and the florist and the card makers and Hallmark and candy and all that.
Yeah, I mean it's
stuffed animals, maybe.
Yeah, stuffed animals, little chocolates.
I wonder how many. Let's see. So February to March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I wonder if more babies are born in November than the rest of the year.
I don't know.
That's 9 months.
Well, it's also Mardi Gras. There's
that changes every year. I knew you were going to say that. That changes every year, and don't go there. The 9 months after February 14th. Let me ask that.
Ask Siri.
What month are more babies born in than any other?
While some sources name August as the month with the most births, others argue that September takes the cake. This answer
is the holiday time.
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I missed about a couple months. So you'd have to back it up with, I guess holiday time. Mm-hmm. spreading the Christmas cheer.
Mm-hmm.
The Sea of Noel or whatever. All right. Oh, you know what? I always mention every year, and I forgot to mention it this year, the crime statistic. What is the one? I know you know the answer. What is the one day of the year domestic violence is calls to 911 are like triple and quadruple?
Do you want me to answer it, or do you want?
You already know the answer.
I know. So, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
You would think it was all the other was New Year's Eve and whatever. And damn it, I forgot to give that PSA last week. Yeah, well, nobody went to jail for that.
I hope not.
But tell us some true crime time for.
Well, for February 13th, and I am starting with one of your faves.
I don't know if you're being facetious.
I am definitely not being facetious. I'm going to start telling a story about a football player that's one of your faves. He played at LSU.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. Loving me some Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe knows. Hey, ladies out there, and I'm confident in my sexuality to say this. I didn't realize it till this year. Joe's got a little bubble butt on him.
I think he grew it. I think
it's injections?
Oh, well, it could be.
I don't think Joe's famous enough he doesn't have to get bubble butt injections to make him look cuter. He's a good looking dude. I can say that. And he's got junk in his trunk. How's that so funny? I'm only gay for the stay, y'all. I do love Joe Burrow, though. Joe Burrow's a winner. You got to love a winner. Jaden Daniels, winner from LSU. He won a rookie MVP this year. And I think Joe Burrow won the comeback player of the year this year. But some people, my daddy always said, either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
And some people just find ways to win. And Joe Burrow is one of them.
But he finds a way to win in a good way. There's certain people that find ways to win on coattails of others, and they just claw and scratch and lie and deceit their way to win. But he actually is a winner.
What does that have to do with Joe Burrow being a winner?
He is actually a winner.
I said that.
I know.
What does that have to do with people riding his coattails?
Because some people are winners.
I thought maybe you were telling me a crime story.
I am going to, but I'm going off of what you just said. Some people are winners, seemingly winners in life, but that's not off of their own their own work.
True crime, please.
Well, I'm just saying
I didn't say I disagree with you. I said true crime time, please.
So, do you remember when his home was burglarized?
Yes, they had a rash of famous NFL players, superstars, that when they were playing away games this year, professionals were hitting their homes and stealing all their jewelry and their bling and whatnot.
Right.
He wasn't the only one. They were getting a shit ton of them.
And the NBA
Mahomes,
stars too.
The quarterback in the Super Bowl, they got his shit.
Yep. And I think it's continuing.
It's called organized crime.
Yeah.
It's not your local crackhead that's doing it. You got to be able to beat the security systems and You got to view the risk versus reward. And I can assure you, like Justin Jefferson wearing the big, $1 million diamond necklaces and earrings and stuff like that, but he actually wears them to the game. But they know that Joe, if you're talking about Joe Burrow, they know Joe has got shit.
Right.
Besides butt implants. I'm just picking Joe.
I think his is all natural from working out, doing those squats, those power squats.
What does that have to do with either you got ass or
You're talking about no, you can build your booty up with squats. People do it all the time.
Okay, well, he ain't built those booties. Then every NFL player would look just like he did because they all do squats. All right, let's get on to some true crime time for.
So finally, 3 men have been indicted by federal authorities in connection with the burglary, which is amazing. Authorities charged Jordan Francisco Quiroga Sanchez, who is 22 years old, Bastian Alejandro Morales, who's 23, Andres Ortega Cabello. There's a reason why people from like Latin countries have
several names.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Do you know the reason why?
No, but I know there's a reason. They
take the final name is, from what I remember, is their mother's surname. So anyway, and he was 38. The Sergio Andres Ortega Cabello, who is 38 years old. They've been charged with transporting stolen goods interstate and falsifying records. And the trio, who are all from Chile, seem to be...
But they're not here legally.
Just the tip of the iceberg of the South American theft groups committing crimes throughout our district and elsewhere, said U.S. Attorney Kenneth L. Parker. There's a 4th suspect pending state charges. His name is Alexander Chavez. And the investigation began on December 9th when an associate of Burrow's reported an apparent burglary after he arrived to the residence and discovered rooms were unusually messy and a primary bedroom window on the back side of the home was broken. And Burrow at the time was in Dallas playing a game. And then investigators said they found trail camera footage of a person carrying luggage through the wooded area near Burrow's residence before the suspects were tracked across several states. They were eventually detained at a hotel in Fairborn, Ohio, and the Ohio Highway Patrol stopped them for a traffic violation. So investigators also discovered that Cabello had deleted phone photos of the stolen goods in Burrow's home, leading to the charge of falsifying records. And there's a picture of them, these boys in the home with all the stuff on it and everything. Police also found other photos on the suspects posing with the stolen goods and wearing some of the jewelry. Like you just said, Joe Burrow's known for his, what they're calling icy chains and flashy fashion sense.
He's also going to buy the Batmobile, the cool one that Val Kilmer drove.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Or my other favorite Batman?
Michael Keaton.
No, way after that. He's one of my favorite actors. He's played in so many movies. Damn, what's his name? Anyway, the cool Batmobile with the jetpack on the back of it.
South American theft groups have been a major concern in the Cincinnati area. FBI Cincinnati Special Agent in Charge, Elena Latarola, said in a statement. She said, "We appreciate the partnerships of all of the agencies involved in the Southwest Ohio South American Theft Group Task Force for their hard work on this investigation." We don't know if they've entered a plea yet. The suspects have entered a plea yet.
Guilty. They got pictures of the shit. Explain that to the judge and jury. And go get them, Joe. Have them hammer their ass, literally. And if they're not on a plane being shipped out of the country soon, then they should spend some time in an American jail cell, right?
That's right.
So interesting in that I'm sure they're involved in more than just Joe's. Everybody else has got robbed. Yeah, getting robbed sucks. It's a very violating feeling, right? So, well, getting robbed of your life sucks too.
Yeah.
A couple things to talk to you about real quick on here. We recently bought another freezer, right?
Yeah.
And it was a small one. Mm-hmm. And when y'all moved it in, how heavy was it?
Not heavy. You were sitting right there. Did it look heavy?
No, because it was in the box. I couldn't tell. Hey, 14-year-old son needs to work. But anyway.
And 53-year-old wife needs to work.
The 14-year-old son, if I had been Lee Overton and they'd got it, I'd have had to move that motherfucker in by myself. So do you think you could fit a body in that refrigerator? I mean, that freezer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. So, well, I'll get back to the freezer in a second. I've told you that one of the autopsies I went to, it was a murder victim, a violent gunshot or whatever it was. And the pathologist, he was such a genius, the one I did Pants on the Ground about. And he said, where's the tattoo? It was a gunshot victim. Mm-hmm. So what are you talking about? He said, where's the tattoo? And then he found one. It was a girl, I think it was whatever they call them, tramp stamps or whatever, when they rolled her over. And, I said, so what's up with that? Mm-hmm. And he said, 95% of people that die from homicides or are murdered in homicides have at least one tattoo.
This episode is sponsored by MIDI Health.
MIDI Health is here to change the way women experience menopause care. As a husband, I've seen my wife Cyndi navigate the challenges of menopause, and it hasn't been easy. Keeping up with her symptoms while feeling dismissed by traditional healthcare providers was tough for her. It was disheartening to hear the doctors say it was all in her head, or to just focus on diet and exercise. I learned that many healthcare providers lack training in menopause, which is shocking. 80% of OBGYNs report they are untrained in this critical area, and 75% feel uncomfortable discussing it with their patients. Thank goodness Cyndi found MIDI. MIDI is a virtual care clinic dedicated to truly seeing, hearing, and understanding women's experiences. It was created by women for women, and they accept insurance in all 50 states. Getting started is simple. She visited www.trymidi.com/real, set up her account, and entered her insurance information and shared her symptoms. She was able to choose a convenient time to meet her clinician. During the virtual visit, she discussed her symptoms and health history in detail with a nurse practitioner trained in perimenopause, menopause, and weight management. If she needs any tests like blood work or imaging, they help coordinate it with a local facility that accepts her insurance. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now she can follow her treatment plan and schedule follow-up visits. MIDI even collaborates with her other doctors for in-person treatment if necessary. Best of all, there are no hidden costs, no membership fees, and MIDI bills your insurance directly. MIDI also offers fantastic products, including compound semaglutide and estriol face cream, which Cyndi loves. This prescription skincare product is designed to improve skin elasticity, hydration, and texture, addressing those frustrating changes related to estrogen decline. So if you're ready to take charge of your midlife health, go to www.trymidi.com/real. That's www.trymidi.com/real to schedule a virtual visit. Join more than 200,000 women who love and trust MIDI for their midlife care. Y'all use my code SAFE15 to get $15 off your first RX product when you book your visit. Genetics can be beautiful. Maybe you got your mom's eyes or her great skin, but genetics can also be a nightmare. I hear friends say, I got my mom's belly and love handles. Don't let genetics be the thing that holds you back from getting the body you deserve. Check out the Permanent Solutions by SONO BELLO. Our friends at SONO BELLO are offering you their best deal. You're now included in their winter savings event, but appointments are limited, so please make your appointment today. SONO BELLO doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal. What is micro fat laser removal? Micro laser fat removal is a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. Tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, wherever your problem areas are, the fat is gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that. But if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out SONO BELLO. Save big during their winter savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/RLRC. That's SONOBELLO.com/RLRC.
Oh,
I didn't tell you that?
no.
Yeah, true that. And so I asked our good friends at Parish Forensics, I asked Roy, I said, is that true? And he's like, I don't know. And he said, I mean, they do them all.
Yeah.
The only place in Louisiana you can get your own independent autopsy done.
Yeah.
But they do it for law enforcement agencies all over the state and everything too for that area in Lafayette. But so he was going to look into that. So we need to call Roy and Kristen to get an update on that.
That's right.
Plus, we need to get an update on their seasoning line. They're going to come out in the hot sauce, and y'all going to love this shit when you see it.
Embalming fluid.
I wasn't going to tell the names yet. Y'all are going to love it when it comes out and we can get it to you. But this story has a freezer, not a refrigerator. Well, maybe it's a refrigerator. I don't know. But it has tattoos and it has a dead female. And we're going to New Jersey. Okay.
Okay.
So there was this lady, Miss Hughes. She goes missing and she's dating a dude named Blevins. And now Blevins, she went missing like in July.
Right.
Right. Her boyfriend, who they had a history of domestic violence, Blevins, he decides around that time to haul ass to Mexico in his green truck. Well, as will happen, especially when hunting seasons are getting ready and everything like that, people are out in the woods again. Someone found a refrigerator. That's not the problem. I mean, find refrigerators in the woods all the time. This one was wrapped in a sleeping bag.
How big was it?
Wait a minute. But then it was covered in carpet.
Okay.
Okay. Then it was secured with blue ratchet straps.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
I think there's something in there.
got to be something in it. Why would you ratchet it out? I mean, I understand ratcheting it, like if you're hauling the back of the truck so the door doesn't blow open, but then you cover it in carpet and then you covered it in a fucking sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Well, curiosity gonna get the cat. Somebody's got to crack it open.
I don't want to.
So what do? I'm pretty sure it stunk a little bit anyway. They called the state police, and guess what happened? They found Hughes' remains. And this was in the Bellopan State Forest in Cape May County, and they on December 22nd, 2024. So months after, and like probably a hunter or somebody else found it. So the New Jersey State Police had asked for the public's help, and but they opened it up naturally. It's a dead female. Okay. And I'm pretty sure she's decomposed somewhat because when she went missing in July or whatever. But so even when you decompose, your tattoos will still be visible in most cases.
Okay.
And so check these tattoos out. That was really nice artwork.
Yeah.
All right. So and I had a case like this. I didn't know who the victim was. I thought it was going to be a transient prostitute, and she was found in a ditch, and we put the tattoo on. It was kind of like a homemade gel tat. Put it on the news because you couldn't show anything else because of the body. And we got a call from the sister. They said, that's my sister's tattoo, right? So they did the same thing. The New Jersey State Police shared the tattoos, and they realized it is Miss Hughes. All right. The remains. So State Police doing what they do. On January 3rd, they charged Mr. Blevins, remember, who ran in Mexico, with second-degree desecration of human remains and third-degree hindering apprehension. And this is in Cape May County. So 10 days later, they catch him in San Diego, California. And they locked him up pending extradition back to New Jersey. And on January 29th, as the plot thickens, he was charged with first-degree murder in Camden County. Oh, hold on, I gotta ask. Does New Jersey have the death penalty?
Here's what I found.
So, y'all, you heard Siri said we're 0 for 2 on the death penalties recently, one being in England, or not England, it was France, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they charged him with the first degree murder. Now, told you he was in a relationship with Blevins, and the law enforcement said they think that Blevins transported the refrigerator to the forest in July before he ran like a little bitch to Mexico. And this is according to the probable cause affidavit. And of course, being the genius he is, you're going to haul a refrigerator. You got to haul it in your truck. You got to move it from point A to B. And there happens to be, he was seen back in July moving an object that appeared to be the shape of a refrigerator, but he's covering it up with carpet and blankets, sleeping bags and ratchet straps. But, and like I told you, he ran like a little bitch, and he hid out in Mexico for weeks before telling Mexico City authorities on August 27th that he left the U.S. after he panicked following a violent incident, in which he potentially killed someone in a bar fight. He didn't say anything about his old lady.
Mm-hmm.
And now the cops do what they do. They get a search warrant. They go search his shit. And guess what? They discovered blue ratchet straps matching the ones that were on the refrigerator. We call them ice boxes. And a calendar with the days until July 24th marked with an X.
Mm-hmm.
This dude was counting down to he execute her. So the cops say that the couple had a history of domestic violence. And of course, the GoFundMe has been started on behalf of the Hughes family, and noted that Cornell Alston, the father of her 2 daughters who are ages 18 and 13, was told on December 30th that her remains had been found. So it's crazy.
That's horrible.
And I mean, I guess he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. Y'all, domestic violence. You always hear me say it's like a wheel. Beat that ass. Go to jail probably. You don't press charges. And you think about my breadwinner's gone, or what am I going to do with the kids, or whatever they be. And then he gets out. Oh, baby, I promise not to do it again. Then you have the makeup period and the honeymoon period until it happens again. Mm-hmm. And back to the Super Bowl Sunday. If you got your ass beat on Super Bowl Sunday, male or female, get the fuck out. And if you're experiencing domestic violence, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233, or go to the hotline.org. And all calls are toll free and confidential, and it's available 24/7 in more than 170 languages.
So sad.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's just a dummy. At least some people, in most of the stories they do, they cut them up and try to disperse the parts. You put a motherfucker in an ice box and cover it and recover it and ratchet strap it closed,
drag it into the woods.
Sooner or later. I mean, I've seen tons of old appliances in the woods. I'm not going to go digging around in them, but if it's covered up and strapped up, it might be a caseload of gold. Might be some money they stole from a armored car heist, and I want to find it.
Maybe.
Did I ever tell you about the Beavers?
You did, but
they had a robbery at one of these truck stop casinos, and they went and hid the cash bag in the beaver dam and made their getaway. And when we busted them, I need to tell that story on Real Life Crime Original.
It's on the list.
Busted them, and we go to the dam to retrieve the bag, and the fucking beavers had ripped up in the bags, and the whole dam was full of shredded up money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, I'm a treasure hunter. I'm going to look if it's locked up. If it's open, I ain't gonna fuck with it.
Well, obviously.
I mean, I don't mean like that. I mean open. I don't mean open where you could see in it. I'm just like if it's old refrigerator in the woods, it's not strapped up, covered up, double chunk, sliced and whatever. If the door is open, I'm not gonna take the time to look in it because obviously somebody's been there before me. And if it was gold or money, it's gone. But if it's locked up, I'm getting in that over.
There's a safe in one of the properties. I'm not going to state which one. That I am so surprised that you
I
have
can't get in that
never...
motherfucker. That some bitch is like 14,000 pounds and it's probably from 1800 and something. You know what? I am going to get in it. I'm going to find me somebody with a acetylene torch or something to cut in it.
Yeah. I'm so surprised
Absolutely.
you haven't.
The only reason I haven't shaken it like a Christmas present is because I can't move it.
Yeah.
And it's got to be my grandfather's or his dad's or whatever. Yeah, it is in one of the properties, and it is heavy AF. Mm-hmm. I'm getting it today. Yeah. That's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your turn.
Okay. I have an update about the story that you told 2 days ago about the reporter that was killed. Or I don't think we told the story. I think we maybe alluded to it.
Yeah, the New Orleans, the male reporter from Kansas City found dead in his hotel room. Mm-hmm. Lady was using his cards.
Mm-hmm. And so
Super Bowl, y'all.
Definitely. And her name is Donnette Colbert, and she, like Woody said, was using Adam Manzano's cards, and he was obviously in town to cover the Super Bowl. So they found on security footage at the hotel that she was accompanying Manzano to his room on the morning of February 5th, and then she left the room later that day. She's only been charged with fraud and theft-related offenses and not to do with anything to do with his death at this point. And it's unclear if she's entered a plea of any kind, but she has been arrested on drugging men and theft of currency and fraudulent use of credit and debit cards prior. Like she's already had charges like this.
Well, that's how she makes her living.
Exactly. But Manzano was, like you said, from Kansas City, but he was an anchor for the Mexican channel Telemundo. So the unfortunate, really sad thing about this is that, of course, he's gone, but his wife was killed in a car crash.
Oh, I was going to say his wife.
And they left behind a daughter named Eleanor. So now this little girl is an orphan.
Hopefully he's got some grandparents.
I hope so.
Or somebody will take care of her.
Authorities
How old was she?
They didn't say the age of her, but they said that the cause of Manzano's death is still.
Yeah, that's the only reason she hadn't been charged with murder yet.
Yeah, they're waiting to hear.
They're waiting on toxicology. Probably she gave him some fentanyl, killed him, whatever.
It has to be because there's no trauma to his body.
Right.
Yeah.
So when those tox come back, I don't have to ask Siri, does Louisiana have the death penalty?
No, you don't.
I know they do.
Yeah.
And that is totally with specific intent and premeditated and everything else.
Yeah.
And she did it. She'd been doing it. She's got a prior history for it. And she won't do it again.
No.
Right? So there you go. Crazy.
I know.
All right. Well, I love nothing more than a good cold case. When they're solved. We'll put it like that. Have you heard of Mood.com? They sell federally legal cannabis gummies. Everything you'd expect from a dispensary and ship it right to your door. 0 pants required. I'm serious. You can now get high quality, 100% federally legal cannabis products delivered right to your door without ever leaving your couch. And you can get $30 off your first order at mood.com/RLRC with promo code RLRC. Mood partners with small American farms to bring you amazing high-potency THC gummies, home-baked cookies, top-shelf flour, vapes, and more. And third-party lab-tested backed by a 100-day guarantee. No dispensary lines, just clean, quality, 100% federally legal THC from the farms to your couch. Best of all, not only is every mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get $30 off their first order with code RLRC. So head to mood.com/RLRC, check out their online dispensary, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. And don't forget to use promo code RLRC when you check out to save $30 on your first order. Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Look no further than Factor. Factor offers chef-made gourmet meals that are dietitian approved and can be heated and enjoyed in just 2 minutes. Perfect for fueling your body and feeling great, no matter what life throws your way. Factor makes it easy to eat well and stick to your nutritional goals. Factor delivers fresh, fully prepared meals right to your doorstep, making it ideal for anyone with an active, busy lifestyle like my family. Are you looking to shed a few pounds? With Factor, you can lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto meals. This is based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto, although results will vary depending on individual diet and exercise. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's simple to find meals tailored to your specific goals. You can choose preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, ensuring there's something for everyone. Factor helps me feel my best all day long, and it can help you too. Factor offers wholesome smoothies, delicious breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and so much more. Their variety makes it easy to stick to your nutrition goals without feeling deprived. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and helps my family stay on track with our health goals, making healthy eating not just achievable, but enjoyable. Recently, I had Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice. Imagine tender, juicy chicken thighs, perfectly seared and sauteed to golden perfection. Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice dish brings together rich, earthy flavors that will satisfy your cravings and leave your taste buds dancing with delight. This gourmet meal features succulent chicken thighs paired with a savory mushroom sauce that's bursting with goodness. It's complemented by a hearty serving of fluffy wild rice, expertly seasoned to enhance the flavors of chicken. Each bite is a harmonious blend of textures, tender meat, creamy mushrooms, and wholesome grains. Ready in just 2 minutes, this dish is not only easy to prepare, but also nourishing, providing you with the fuel you need to tackle your day. Whether you're a busy professional, a parent on the go, or just someone who appreciates a home-cooked meal without the hassle, Factor guarantees convenience and taste. So why wait? Treat yourself to a culinary delight with Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice, the perfect balance of flavor, nutrition, and simplicity. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/RLRC50 off and use code RLRC50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code RLRC50 off at factormeals.com/RLRC50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. It's time for Worldwide Crime. On December 7, 2003, young Daniel set off from his family's home on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. And he was 13 years old, Sam. 13 years old. And he walked less than a mile to a bus stop. And he was headed to the Sunshine Plaza Shopping Center to buy some Christmas presents and to get a haircut.
Oh.
So, well, he had made this trip more than a dozen times before, but this time he never even made it on to the bus. Now, on that trip, he was wearing a red t-shirt and standing at the unofficial bus stop near an overpass around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, the bus he wanted to catch, unfortunately, it broken down, and so they had to send a replacement bus. But the time it got there, it just drove right by him because it was late on its route.
Okay.
So trying to catch up. So Daniel didn't come home, and naturally his family gets worried and that he hadn't returned. And so they start to look for him. And then they reported him missing that evening to the cops. So they launched one of the biggest police investigations in Queensland history. They said over 100 police officers were involved in the investigation, and over 10,000 individuals were interviewed. Authorities also identified over 33 people of interest who may have played a role in Daniel's disappearance. Now, one of the people of interest was Brett Peter Cowan, who was then 29, whose vehicle was seen in the video footage traveling near where Daniel had disappeared from. But the cops didn't have enough evidence to identify Cowan as a suspect at the time, but they wanted to interview him naturally because his vehicle was in the area. And as so often happens, the case went cold, and Daniel's parents called for an inquest into his disappearance. This began in 2010. Prior to that, like Stephanie asking out all the years on Courtney's case, what's being done. But prior to the inquest, no account of Daniel's movements from the Kill Mountain Road overpass had proven reliable to find Daniel or to commence criminal proceedings against anybody.
Okay.
So they didn't have enough evidence to move forward. They just know he's missing. But I mean, come on, man. Either he's being sex trafficked or he's dead.
Yeah.
But during the inquest, y'all, I guess this investigation or Lifers Down Under's terms for investigation. During the inquest, Cowan was questioned about his criminal history, which involved sexual offenses against young children. All right. Sidebar. Woody Overton now they interviewed 10,000 people. Now I'm starting with naturally the family. And once I clear them or get off them, I'm going to wear out me some sex offenders, especially one that's in the area at the time and likes young kids. Yeah. Me and that motherfucker are going to dance.
Yeah.
But he tells the cops that neither of his two previous crimes involved violence. Now, I'm pretty sure if you're raping kids, that's violent, and the cops should have looked it up. So in July of 2011, the Queensland Police Service launched a covert operation into Cowan that resulted in his arrest and confession to undercover officers. I love undercover work. Oh my God, I love me some undercover work. So Cowan admits that he abducted Daniel after seeing him at the bus stop. He said he parked in a parking lot at the Christian Outreach Center and walked down to the bus stop where he offered Daniel a ride to the shopping center. Calvin said he then drove Daniel to an abandoned house and invited the boy inside to have a glass of water, right? Couldn't even offer him a Coke, you piece of shit. So once Daniel was inside, Daniel said he sexually assaulted the boy and choked him after he resisted and tried to escape. Just like Screwdriver Red. They have this fantasy in their head, oh, this kid's want to get it on with me and everything's going to be cool. When sugar turns to shit, they kill him. Right. Now, authorities said Daniel was killed within an hour of being abducted, and his cause of death was determined to be asphyxiation. And Cowan told authorities he put Daniel's body in the back of his car and disposed of the remains in a thick bushland near an old sand mining site. He later threw Daniel's clothing and shoes from a bridge in the Cochin Creek. Cowan added that he returned to the area a week later with a shovel to dispose of the remaining evidence.
Oh my
motherfucker.
Gosh.
In addition to the confession, Calvin led authorities where he left Daniel's remains, and he didn't tell him or offer him any insight into his actions other than saying that he was an opportunistic offender. And I told you about that. There's two types, preferential and situational. And this would have been situational. Ice cream man riding through the neighborhood, sees kids, snatches them up and rapes them. This guy riding by, seeing along the kid, young kid at the bus stop and approaches him. So Calvin was arrested in August of 2011 and charged with Daniel's murder and indecent treatment and interfering with a corpse. He was convicted of those offenses in March of 2014. According to the Australian Broadcasting Company, their version of the ABC, Calvin was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 20 years without parole. It should be 2,000 years. He said, you knew if he ran away, you'd be caught, so you killed him. You killed him because you didn't want to get caught. Brisbane Supreme Court Justice Rosalind Atkinson said of Calvin's sentencing, everything you did to that boy is horrific and disgraceful. I've seen no evidence in the months you've been in this court that you ever felt any remorse for what you did. So y'all, Daniel was finally laid to rest in 2012 at a memorial service, which was attended by hundreds of people in the region. And Daniel's parents, Bruce and Denise, have since launched the Daniel Markomi Foundation to ensure others don't experience the tragedy they went through. And the foundation provides personal child safety education to children and young people to prevent abuse and promoting lifelong health and well-being. They said, we support educators, parents, and carers through the provision of resources and education, and also directly support young victims of crime. So anyway, the organization also honors Daniel's memory through an annual walk known as the Day for Daniel, which has become Australia's largest child safety and awareness event.
That's awesome.
And that's that way. I mean, golly.
I mean, his death, obviously, the outcome.
This horrible murder. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, you already know he's got more bodies on him.
Exactly what I was fixing to ask you. Know.
And he just happened to confess this one. Now, here's the deal about doing undercover work, and I got to tell those stories, besides Glory Hole. The undercover work being that you got to really get on these motherfuckers' level. Mm-hmm. Like you got to get them to open up to you. Like, I'm pretty sure they were like, hinting around like they like kids.
Oh, yeah.
I like to fuck kids. And you seem, look at this hot young kid and whatever and drinking beers and a few shrimp on the Barbie, talking about pedophilia, and this dude just opens up and says, oh yeah, you remember the one, the largest hunt ever in Queensland? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was me.
I killed him. I effed him and I killed him. So let me ask you one more time. I'm pretty sure I know this one. Does Australia have the death penalty?
I found this on the web.
Capital punishment in Australia has been abolished in all jurisdictions since 1985. In Queensland, where young Daniel was from, they abolished it back in 1922.
Why?
I don't know. Some people say killing is wrong no matter who does it. I don't agree with that, but everybody has their right to choice.
I know.
And the way, but you know what? And I hate to say this, but it's just true. Well, not every family, but families I worked with murder victims that were against the death penalty before, they're not against it now.
Right.
If it was your loved one, your 13-year-old boy was raped and murdered, yeah, I'm pretty sure you want him to be put to death.
Right. I mean,
I must say one more time. Back in the day in Bloody Angola, y'all go listen to it, podcast with Jim Chapman. Back in the day, executions in Louisiana were still public. And the very first public execution in the state of Louisiana was right here in Livingston Parish. And what they did, they condemned your ass and you didn't get 28 years of appeals. And they brought out a flatbed truck with a big ass generator on it. And they hooked you up to the electric chair on the generator at the courthouse, in the courthouse square of whatever parish you committed the crime. And they sold popcorn and families came. It was a whole big deal and they fried your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's how it should be, but it's not up to me. You don't want me to be president or governor or whatever. And I don't want to be it either.
No, you don't.
So, but look, we're going to get out of here. Yes. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Hashtag Justice for Haley tomorrow. State versus Scott Peterson Scorch Saturday. Sin and I be back laying it down on Monday. Right?
That's right.
And I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
Holla at y'all later. Peace.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.